What's going on, everybody? Average Arcader here. Sorry for again having such a big gap in my content. Bunch of things going on again in my regular life. But I caught up on things again, and I'm trying to get back to getting regular content out to you guys. So I wanted to do a channel update for you. Now, anyone who's been following me for a long time, if they follow me since back when I first got started, knew I used to do custom servers, where I would do a big survival build, and then I would open it up to subscribers to, you know, be able to come in and enjoy the server with me. Build things, have some fun. And you know, after I started getting busy with the channel in my regular life, I kind of stopped doing that, and I wanted to get that started again. There's two builds that I want to get back to working on. I'll show them in this video as I discuss some of the other things I plan on doing with the channel. One of them was this giant dragon skeleton. I started, as you can see, I started out with the head, and if we head over here, you can eventually the body will come into view, part of the body. I didn't want to do a full body. I just wanted to kind of do it as it went, slowly start to fade into the ground, as if this is something that's been here for a long time. This has all been built so far in survival. None of this is built in creative at all. I kind of like doing that. And my goal was to finish the skeleton, make it look a little bit more ancient, and then put a village on the top of the head for people to actually go up and stay in. So I'm working on that. I'm going to get back to work on this, especially now that we have the tameable ghast that we can fly around. I can easily finish this. It's one of the things that slowed me down. I started getting to the point where even using scalping, the bamboo scalping, I couldn't really get to the areas I needed to get to the way I needed to. With the happy ghast that we can now tame, which I do plan on doing some videos where I go in these worlds, go to the nether, find those, tame them, come back up and start using them. I plan on doing update videos on these builds until they're done, and then inviting people. So definitely looking forward to that. I think that should have some fun. I'm also going to, when these builds are done, start doing what I figured would be pretty much fun to actually take some of the add-ons that I've been seeing. Some of them I've started doing videos on that I didn't finish, but some that add some really cool abilities and things. Start doing add-ons where I add them to these worlds after they're built, and then have people play around with those add-ons. My other big build is also on this map, so we're going to slowly work our way there. And I'm also going to get back to my Let's Plays more regularly. I'm also going to start covering indie games. It's something that I've been planning on doing with the channel for a while. I feel like the future of gaming right now, if we really want to get good games that we can actually just enjoy playing, it's going to be in good indie games. Unfortunately, I feel like the big AAA studios just aren't willing to give us the games that we used to be able to get. I mean, if you're as old as I am, you would remember, you know, back in the day, games were about just having fun with the game. You know, it didn't matter. That's how they made their money. They had to make a good game that was fun and entertaining. Nowadays, it's so many other things that they throw in there to make their money. They kind of gotten away from, hey, let's just make a fun game. Like, whatever style game it is, let's just make it fun. It's kind of just not there anymore. You know, it's so many other things that get thrown into the mix. All kinds of politics and ideas that just get away from the key function of, hey, guys, at the end of the day, it's just a game. Let's just make something interesting and fun, and people will enjoy it. You only find that now in the smaller studios, where it's like, yeah, they are creating interesting premises in their games, but at the end of the day, they also still prioritize, well, this needs to be fun. Otherwise, no one's going to hear about us. No one's going to talk about it if it's not fun. So I've been finding for a long time, I've been able to find good games in the indie field that are fun. No matter what style game I'm looking for, I can find some that are fun. So my goal is to start pointing out some of those fun games, and maybe some of the, even if it's not 100% fun, at least interesting, get our attention, you know, something creative, and at least, you know, start applying that in the channel. So look forward to those videos. I've actually got quite a bit of games now I'm checking out for that. And if there's any suggestions, like I said, leave in the comment sections down below. Even if you have, say, hey, why don't you try building this in a survival build, put that down in the comment sections down below. Yeah, it's quite a bit. There's lots of things actually. This is an old world that I built a long time ago. It was one of the first custom servers I had, and I want to go back through with, now that we have so much more added to Minecraft. I want to go back through, use some of these newer features, use some of these newer mechanics and or building materials, and kind of update everything from the 2 builds I'm showing you. And we're about to get here to this middle. It's kind of like a base, like little community here I built. The spawn point's right here. It was kind of like a good place for people to join the server, and they'd have a place to stay. They'd have a mine access to. They'd have beginning tools, a map. All that's in this little, like, well, I say little, but it's little to me. All in this little area here. And then I'll run to my final build. And also, don't worry too, my giveaways will be continuing as well. I don't plan on stopping them. Yeah, this whole area here needs updating. It's basically a base camp, a giant base camp where people can come get things going. There's crafting areas, enchanting areas, but there's been so much added that I need to come back through and update it, make it look a little bit better, clean that up, and then I'm going to start inviting people back in. Let's sleep, and then we'll head to the new area. Well, my final build that I want to start focusing on. And I'm walking there just to give you a idea of the distance between everything. This right here is basically, this is the spawn point for this whole entire, for this seed. So if you were to join this server, that's where you would spawn, right here. That's what I used to do back in the day when I had my own servers, and I'd always build like a nice starting area where people could stay and find anything they need to get started, and then they could go out and build their own base camps or base areas or even castles. Oops, I forgot I was wearing these. I don't need the boat. And it was fun. And since they finally added more tools to be able to manage your realms a whole lot better, that was one of the big things back in the day when you were playing on Bedrock and you opened up a server. Managing it was hard, because if you weren't basically on or paying somebody to basically be on to keep an eye on things would happen and you'd have no clue how to figure out who did what. Like if grifters or people coming in and trolling people, it was hard to figure it out. You know, you had to rely on, if there were a bunch of people on the server and you had, you know, multiple witnesses, like, hey, yeah, so-and-so did this, so-and-so did that. It was hard to piece it together, you know. So, but they've added a lot more managing tools to Realms now. You can keep track of who's logging on when and stuff like that. So I'm like, that definitely helps. So I was a lot more comfortable saying, okay, I can open up servers again and start focusing on those. Like my big thing is I want to be able to start focusing on starting servers with some of the cooler add-ons that are coming out and that have come out, so that people can view them. I feel like that would be a better way of showcasing them than just doing a video. Some of them I still will do videos for, but I feel like if I really want to showcase something, I could easily put it in a world or a realm and then start inviting subscribers and members into some of these. Currently I have 2 servers. So I am going to start working those into more of my giveaways, more of my events, so that people can enjoy them. All right, so if you're not old like me, you're not gonna have any idea what this is. This is a not even close to scale, but at least somewhat decent version of if you're a Star Trek fan, you might be able to tell from this rough draft. I definitely want to clean this up. Like, there's a lot I want to do. The nacelles need work. I need to kind of get the saucer section a little bit better. But this is the Enterprise D from Star Trek Next Generations. I'm a big Star Trek fan. I'm a sci-fi fan. Like, I know a lot about Star Trek. I know a lot about Star Wars. Those 2 things I ever since I was a little kid, I just loved. And a long time ago, I started this build in survival, and it just got, again, hard. A lot of the details I wanted to add, I couldn't add because there wasn't really the blocks I needed at the time, as well as the mechanics. Like, as you can see, I was using dirt and scaffolding, and it was just not. It took forever, and I didn't mind it. It's just one of my things. Building in survival is things I really like. So building big structures and massive things, taking my time, I just find it fun and relaxing. So it's one of my things I used to do all the time. But this particular build got hard because, as you can see, I'm trying to keep it all above ground and up high so that you can get a good image of everything. My goal was, once I got that done, I would make a Starfleet outpost underneath it, and open it up to everybody. But now there are add-ons, as well as a lot of mechanics, like, again, like I told you, those happy gas, that I could use to completely add everything I need to add to finish this build. So it will be as close as I can get it to a decent replica of the Enterprise D. So, like, a lot of you, the younger ones, are not gonna have any idea what this is. Some of you, if you're as old as me, you're gonna be like, yep, I know what that is. Other ways, 2 cool builds that I'm gonna have fun finishing. If this is something you're interested in, make sure to leave comments down below. Like, hey, I don't know what that is, but why don't you try building this? Like, you know, I've got plenty of ideas of what things I'm going to try to do for on certain servers. But for the first one, the first big server build that I'm going to do is this. I'm going to try to complete this one, as well as that giant skeleton, all in survival. And I'll give you guys some update videos. My first video is going to be me going and getting that new gas and using it to start building on both of these. It'll be a lot easier to get around with that, I feel, as well as simply being able to there's just a lot of stuff I want to add just under the saucer section here that I could have added before, but it would have taken me forever because I would have to build and as I go, the kind of support system I'd be standing on, and it just would have taken so much longer. With this, with the new mob, I should be able to easily do that now. So I'm very excited about that. Let me know if this is something you guys are interested in, if you like that, or if you have any suggestions on builds or add-ons I should add to some of these servers for people to try out. Let me know in the comment section down below. But other than that, look forward. I've got some videos of add-ons that have just come out, add-ons that I was given to check out too. So make sure to stay tuned for that. And I will be starting my giveaways again soon too. So all that and more, make sure you guys are paying attention to. All right, that's gonna be it for this little update video. Hopefully you guys can give me some more suggestions on things you want to see on the channel, and I will see you guys next time. Average Arcader out.